All right, let me walk you through what's happening in Cleveland right now, because this quarterback situation, it's wild. It's not just your usual preseason noise. It's a full-blown shakeup, and everything revolves around one name, Shedeur Sanders. So here's what just went down. Kevin Stefanski, the Browns head coach, broke his silence, and what he said has lit up the fan base and caught the attention of folks across the entire NFL. Now, normally, this time of year, coaches keep. It's super generic. You hear the same old stuff like, we're evaluating everyone, or competition is healthy. But not this time. Stefanski didn't just mention Shedeur in passing, he made it a point to spotlight him. And that changes everything. He actually floated the idea that Shedeur might start in the Browns' first preseason game. That's huge. I mean, we're talking about a rookie fresh out of college, still adjusting to the pro game, and he's in the middle of a real quarterback battle. And it's not just any battle. Joe Flacco is in that room, a Super Bowl champ, a proven veteran. Yet somehow, Shedeur is already pushing for serious reps. Now, before I go any further, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Shedeur should start? I appreciate all your support as we dive deeper into this. So here's the thing. When a head coach like Stefanski publicly puts a rookie's name in the mix before training camp even starts, that's not just lip service. That means there's momentum building behind closed doors. It means something's already happening internally, and Stefanski, he knows it. What really stood out to me was the tone of Stefanski's comments. Sure, he said the usual, we're evaluating everything, but it wasn't what he said. It was how he said it. The conviction, the intention behind it. He explained that they're not just watching throws. They're breaking down every rep during OTAs. They're looking at who handles pressure, who reads the defense at the line, who leads the huddle, and who's absorbing the playbook like a pro. It's not just about arm talent, it's about leadership, poise, decision-making. And based on everything we've heard, Shedeur Sanders is absolutely excelling in those areas. He's not just another rookie trying to survive. He's composed, he's confident, he looks like he belongs. And that's saying something, especially when you're standing across from guys like Flacco. Let's not forget, when the Browns drafted Shedeur, he wasn't even a first-rounder, not a second-rounder either. He came in with the label of a long-term project. Some folks figured he'd be lucky to make the practice squad this year, but all that? Out the window. Stefanski said it himself. Shedeur is already running in 11 on 11s, getting real reps. That's not a courtesy, that's a signal. And the buzz isn't just coming from the coaching staff. Colin Cowherd recently dropped a nugget that made me stop. He said Brown's ownership is interested, maybe even pushing, for Shedeur to start early in the preseason. Ownership. That's a whole different level. That tells you they see more than just football potential. They see brand value. They see box office appeal. The Sanders name is marketable. He's got the charisma, the social media presence, and whether fans like it or not, that stuff matters in today's NFL. But Cowherd also mentioned a wrinkle that complicates things. The Browns are scheduled to play a game in London. Throwing a rookie quarterback into that kind of pressure cooker with jet lag, overseas media, and a totally different rhythm. Man, that's a tall order even for a vet. So where does that leave Joe Flacco? Well, right now he's the steady hand. He knows the system. He's the safe choice. But he also knows he's not here to babysit. In his own words, I'm not here to mentor. I'm here to compete. And if he slips up early in the season, that door to the starting job flies wide open for Shedeur. Cowherd even laid out a potential timeline. If Flacco drops a key early game, we might see Shedeur as soon as October 12th. If not, November 9th after the bye week against the Jets could be the moment. And honestly, that tracks, because Shedeur isn't just hanging in there. He's standing out. Stefanski admitted they're throwing a ton at these quarterbacks, mixing up looks, pushing them hard, seeing who rises. And Shedeur, he's not just rising, he's thriving. He's making it impossible to ignore him. And here's the bigger picture. This franchise, it loves a headline. They didn't draft Johnny Manziel, trade for Deshaun Watson, or select Baker Mayfield first overall by accident. They go for bold. And Shedeur Sanders, he fits that mold. He's got the name, the game, and the swagger. Now let's talk Dylan, Gabriel. I know what some folks are thinking. He's too short, right? There was even a moment during OTAs when a pass got batted down at the line, and someone on a hot mic said, "I'm taller than him." That's brutal. But here's the twist. The Browns knew that. They knew he wasn't the tallest guy, and they still drafted him. Why? Because his accuracy is ridiculous. He's got elite ball placement, whether it's a back shoulder fade or a perfectly timed slant. The guy can throw dimes. In today's NFL, you can't survive on just arm strength or athleticism. You need precision. Completion percentages are sky high now. If you're not hitting 65% or more, you're falling behind. Gabriel has that touch, and if Stefanski can build a system around his strengths, kind of like Sean Payton did for Drew Brees, or even how he simplified things for Bo Nix last year, Gabriel could quietly become the most efficient guy in the room. But he's not safe, either. Not with Shedeur coming for it. Reports from OTAs said Shedeur outperformed everyone not named Joe Flacco. Better than Gabriel. Better than Kenny Pickett. And speaking of Pickett, it's not looking good. ESPN ranked the Browns' QBs after OTAs. Flacco was number 1, Shedeur number 2, Gabriel 3, and Pickett dead last. There's serious chatter that Pickett might not even sniff the field this season. So here's where things stand. Flacco is the present. He's most likely your Week 1 starter, but the leash is short. If he stumbles, the Browns could pivot fast. And then it becomes a question of who Stefanski trusts. Is it Gabriel, the guy he likely preferred, safe, smart, reliable? Or does the front office and ownership step in, pushing for the flashy, high-upside pick in Shedeur? That internal tug-of-war could get real ugly if the season doesn't start strong. And let's be honest, this is Cleveland. When things go wrong here, they don't just go wrong. They implode. So to wrap this up, we've got Dylan Gabriel, short, accurate, and playing catch-up. Shedeur Sanders, big name, big game, and possibly waiting in the wings for his moment. And Joe Flacco, the vet holding the fort. For now. Now let's just say it like it is. If Shedeur Sanders gets the starting job and ends up flopping, that's not just a rookie learning curve situation. That's a direct blow to Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam. And the reason that matters is because, according to everything I've heard from insiders, those two were the ones pounding the table for Sanders in the draft room. They saw the upside. They saw the raw talent. And they made the call. Now, don't get me wrong. Betting on upside isn't inherently bad. Sometimes it's how you win big. But in Cleveland, when the politics of football start getting involved, when decisions get influenced more by owners and headlines than by hard-earned reps on the field, we've seen what happens. Chaos, uncertainty, quarterback controversy, and worse, wasted seasons. We've been here before, and you know exactly what I mean. But this time, there's a twist. There's a layer we haven't really explored enough. And it's the locker room. Because this isn't some rebuilding team anymore. This is a locker room full of vets. Guys like Amari Cooper, Myles Garrett, Joel Bitonio. Players who have been through it, who have suffered, battled, and clawed their way back into contention. These dudes aren't looking for a developmental year. They're not here to babysit rookies or lose games for long-term potential. They want a shot at a Super Bowl. Right now. And look, that's where things get tricky. Because if Flacco's the starter and the team is winning ugly, let's say we're grinding out 20-17 games, leaning heavy on the run, letting the defense eat. Kevin Stefanski might not want to rock the boat. He might say, hey, it's not flashy, but we're winning. And the vets in the locker room, they'll probably be cool with that. Winning cures everything. But if the front office starts whispering in his ear, hey, we need to get Shedeur on the field. We need to see what he's got. Stefanski's going to be stuck in the middle, and if he makes the wrong call, that could be his job. Plain and simple. And here's the thing that a lot of people outside Cleveland don't get. This isn't just about who can throw the prettiest spiral. This is about identity. What kind of team are we going to be in 2025 and beyond? Are we going all in on grit and grind, veteran leadership, squeezing every ounce out of this current core? Or are we turning the page and going young, handing the offense over to a 21-year-old with all the tools, but none of the NFL scars yet? That choice matters, because once you go down that development path, once you say, we're building for the future, you can't suddenly pivot back mid-season and pretend it's about winning now. You send a message to your players, to your fans, to your opponents. And that message has consequences. And let's talk about Browns fans for a second. You guys are no fools. You've been through more quarterback drama than probably any fan base in the league. You've watched top picks crash and burn, veterans flame out, and the coaching carousel spin like a merry-go-round from hell. So when you see what's happening now, this QB room, this tension, this uncertainty, you know it's real. You can feel it. And maybe what's most frustrating is that for once, we might actually have two young quarterbacks with real talent. Not hype, not hope. Talent. Gabriel's looked sharp. His timing, his footwork, his ability to run Stefanski's system with precision. It's been impressive. He's not flashy, but he gets the job done. And if you're a Gabriel guy, you see the path to stability. You see a guy who could win you 10 games and not make the big mistake. But if you're in Shedeur's corner, and I know a lot of you are, it's a whole different vibe. This dude has juice. He's got that energy, that it factor you just can't teach. He makes plays off script. He brings swagger to the huddle. And when he's on, he looks like a future star, the kind of guy who could ignite a city and make Cleveland football fun again. So what's the holdup? Well, there's still the matter of experience. There's still that question. Is he ready to lead an NFL team against the Ravens, the Bengals, the Chiefs? Is he ready to take those hits, face that pressure, read defenses that are built to rattle young quarterbacks? And while we're being honest, let's just call it Kenny Pickett's not in this race. He's not making noise in camp. He's not climbing. He's just there. Maybe he's a safety net. Maybe he's a camp arm, but he's not pushing anyone. And if this battle comes down to Shedeur versus Gabriel, which it sure looks like it will, Pickett might never get his shot here. But there's someone else who will be critical in this whole thing, and that's Quinshon Judkins. This rookie running back could be the unsung hero of the offense. ESPN projects him at 922 rushing yards, and that's not nothing. Only 13 backs hit that number last season. If Judkins delivers even close to that in year one, he's keeping defenses honest and taking a ton of pressure off whoever's under center. And now, here's the real reason I'm fired up. Because I think the Browns are standing at a crossroads. The AFC North is up for grabs in a way it hasn't been in years. Lamar's got question marks. Pittsburgh's shaky. Cincinnati, still dangerous, but vulnerable. And if we play our cards right, this could be the moment. This could be the beginning of something. But the decision they make at quarterback, Whether it's Flacco to steady the ship, Gabriel to run the system, or Shedeur to blow it all up in the best way possible. That's going to shape everything. The energy, the momentum, the hope, and ownership knows it. They feel it. That's why I don't think they're going to be patient with Shedeur. I think they see it too. They didn't draft this kid to sit quietly. They drafted him to shift the culture, to bring life back into the franchise. And that shift? It's already starting. You can see it in how the fans talk. You can hear it in camp updates. You can feel it in the way this team is practicing. And now I want to hear from you. Are you riding with Stefanski's methodical approach? Do you think he's building something slowly and doing it right? Or do you believe this is all just delay? That the rookie takeover is inevitable and we're just wasting time? Is Shedeur really ready to lead this team now, or do we need to protect him a little longer? Build him up the right way? Drop a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, because I know the Dog Pound always has something to say. And hey, if you're still watching, I appreciate you. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and share this with another Browns fan who needs to hear the real talk. Because this isn't just an off-season story. This is the moment where everything could change. I'll catch you in the next one.